Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die.
Team! You're on mute.
We can't hear you, Brother Lyle.
Assalamu alaikum.
There he is.
Oh, nice to see you, brother.
And likewise, my sisters and my brother.
Oh, praises due to Allah. Well, that was a surprise. Well, welcome in Thursday Night Talks. We are here. So we must excuse us from last week, but really not. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was speaking, so we thought that was really the most important thing that we wanted you all to hear. Of course,
Facts.
of course, facts. That is so. But we here live, and we want to talk about a little bit about what we just kind of journeyed through in the last 30 days, maybe like 2 weeks ago when Ramadan ended. But
Yes.
it's going to be a beautiful discussion. We got, or should I even say it, Sister Kalila? We got Sister Barbara.
And you
She is going to be helping us along with our two lovely guests. But we got a good show this evening. And again, because, we love you, but we want you to also share because caring is sharing. So we just need you to share with who? Friends and family. There you
Everybody.
go.
Everybody.
Thank you. Like and share. Facebook, if you're seeing us now, or on YouTube, just tell your friends and family where to find us and have them join in with the conversation. So again, my name is Sister Michelle, the moderator for this evening. I am so happy to be back.
Also the hostess of the mostest. Come on.
The
come on.
hostess with the mostest. Yes. Not the mimosas, the mostest.
That part. So anyway, I want to welcome everybody in again. Like, share. We got a good show. Thanking everybody for coming in. Thanking the Seventh Region Coalition crew. We all made it. This is a beautiful time when I can see all of the faces. And of course, I cannot belittle. Oh, actually, and I didn't even get to say this. Good evening, assalamu alaikum, greetings, welcome in. Jesus, I forgot all of that. So, Mubarak, right, to our Muslim families or anyone that celebrated the Ramadan period. So anyway, I'm not going to babble on. I'm just going to thank everybody. I'm just going to hand this over to Brother Lau. Brother Lau, please take it over.
There we go, right there. We got it. And we're still running for freedom, justice, and equality. And well, first of all, go get your peoples.
Right.
That part.
That's right.
All of your only people who are exempt for tonight are the perfect people that you know. Everyone else, go get them and have them tune in tonight. And just before we give a formal introduction, Sister Michelle, you were talking about that message last week from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Anyone who missed that message, all right, it's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking on the life of our beloved brother, Harry Belafonte.
Come on, brother.
Okay. You can just go back to the broadcast. Our brother's broadcast is called...
Oh, the Roland Martin Show?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, it's a specific name for that broadcast, but it's the Roland Martin Show for sure.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right, so go back last Thursday's edition, and not only will you get a chance to hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but so many people speaking on behalf of the life of our beloved brother, Harry Belafonte. May Allah be pleased with his soul. So, with that being said, Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Praise the Lord to my Christian brothers and sisters. Ungawa Black Power to all you Black revolutionaries and to all you peace and freedom-loving people across the land. We welcome you to another edition of Thursday Night Talks, where here, again, we're like a lighthouse there, family. You know it's dark out there. I know it might be light outside because the sun is shining, but the ways of this world right now are very gloomy and very, very dark, and we all could use a little bit of light in our life. So think about as you get ready tonight to be tuned in, but not just tuned in, tuned up. It's one thing to take your car to a shop when it's scheduled to be tuned up, but it's a whole nother thing to want to make sure that you stay tuned up. And that's about our topic tonight, brothers and sisters. So again, only people exempt are those perfect people you know. All the rest of them, go get them. Baby, all of them. May, from the streets to the suites, go get them all for tonight. Very excited for tonight. And so with that being said, I'm going to take the baton and I'm going to pass it to my beloved sister, Sister Khalila Muhammad.
I got it. Oh, first of all, I miss y'all. I really do. It's nothing like being in the presence of a believer who believes what you believe.
What you talking about?
You have no idea. I'm
Maybe
telling
we
you. Y'all do. But we talk about the audience that really need to get your people, like you indicated, Brother Lau. I want to first start off in the most holy name of Allah, always being witness that there's no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet my sisters and brothers and others in the greeting words of peace in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. And that simply means peace be unto you. It's a prayer that I will do no harm to you. If you do no harm to me, I fight with those who fight with me. But that's a
that last part. Just want to know that.
Right, I fight with those who fight with me. But this is going to be a very dear show because the special guest, like Sister Michelle indicated, is my mother who birthed me. She's going to be on the show and she's going to be giving some beautiful testimonies in regards to, the art of praying. You never knew it was an art. And I grew up in a praying home that all we did is prayer. But the thing is, not only prayer, but application after the prayer. And we're going to talk about that momentarily, but I don't want to again belabor the point. Please like and share, go and, like Brother Lau say, get your people, because let me tell you something. What is missing in this world is prayer. And we're not talking about just prayer, sincere prayer, intentional prayer. And these beautiful sisters, they are very intentional as it relates to their intentions of prayer. So I'm excited. I just can't hide it. And I am going to pass the baton over to my dear brother Tony.
Yeah,
again, the one-hand master.
The one-hand master.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom holy praises are forever due, the Lord of the worlds, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. I am forever thankful to Almighty God Allah for his wise choice and prophetic intervention in our affairs and raising from among us the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I thank them both for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Assalamu alaikum, greetings. Peace be unto you. Buenos dias, buenas noches, sac passe. Greetings in all of the languages that the righteous speak, and that's all of our people, all found all over the planet. Welcome to Thursday Night Talks, headed by the 7th Region Coalition to Help Save Lives, founded by our Student Regional Minister, Student Minister Patrick Muhammad. Soon after the criterion message of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which was on July 4th, 2020.
Wait, Brother Tony. You mean it's 23. You mean nearly 3?
It is now 2023, July 4th. We could officially celebrate and observe the 3-year anniversary of this program, this assembly, this group called
Y'all the real deal.
Region
Y'all the real deal.
Coalition to help save lives, Brother Lyle. And we were initially put on a mission, and we still are on that mission to guide our people away from a experimental vaccine, which is, we bear witness that it has been causing harm to people.
Absolutely.
And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke on how it was going to be causing harm to people before it actually came out. And so we are guiding our people to stay away from anything experimental from this world and guide them to truth and righteousness and what is natural to us and what is best for us. And this program here, as we are guiding our programs now through the 9 ministries introduced to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And this ministry here is the head ministry that we are focusing on here tonight, which is the Ministry of Spiritual Development. This ministry bears responsibility for assisting the individual member of the community in the process of heeding truth and right guidance, respect, honor, and obedience to the authority of the Creator in all aspects of life are essential to peace, harmony, freedom, justice, and equality. In the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, self-development is an absolutely essential component of this microcosm of the new world. It is not enough that we grow horizontally through the acquisition of farms, factories, banks, industry, trade, commerce, money, good homes. Horizontal growth alone is death. All dead things are on a horizontal level. Therefore, we must grow vertically, grow in uprightness, or we will be overcome by our horizontal growth. The foundation of this ministry are study and training units designed on the guidance of Allah God to produce self-examination, self-analysis, self-correction, and to quicken in each of us the self-accusing spirit. For it is only when we are awakened morally that we have to face the self-accusing spirit that leads to our resurrection. And for more information, you could find this in the self-improvement, the basis for community development study guide, December 12th, 1986, which that study guide itself laid the base for all the other study guides that we study every Friday night in every Mohammed mosque and study group in the Nation of Islam. You can even join in with Chicago if you have, of course, I mean, obviously you have internet access. All of us should have internet access. And we have no excuse not to join that wonderful and awesome class. How many of us need self-improvement? That's all of us.
Everybody.
Of course, the ones that you say, Brother Lyle, are perfect. Those are the ones that don't need self-improvement.
Everybody else, go get them. Go get your people.
Everybody else. Me and you, your mom and your cousin too. Everybody.
All right. So, as we transition, I'm going to talk a little bit about our guests. I have her bio, and we will start with, or can I start? Am I good?
You're
Go ahead,
good.
Sister Michelle.
All right.
You've already started.
So, yes, yes, sir. So let's talk about Sister Yuriva Muhammad. This is our guest. And of course, we have 3 other guests. We're going to talk a little bit about her bio. So Sister Yuriva Muhammad and her late husband, student minister Robert D. Muhammad, launched the Unity Fajr prayer line May 11, 2008. She was inspired by Sister Nisa Islam and the Ramadan prayer line, which at that time was known as a tsunami prayer line. Tsunami prayer line in 2006. The Unity Fajr prayer line was set up to encourage a small study group in Grand Rapids, Michigan, to keep up prayer and study as young Muslims. The line was formed using the book Muslim Daily Prayers, a learner's guide by Imam Sultan Rahman Muhammad, as a basis to guide the believers in their study and discussion. Also to establish a foundation of their belief and encourage growth. The purpose of the line is to start each day by becoming better Muslims, stronger and wiser students, and defenders of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This is accomplished through the daily study of the great bodies of work from some of the top students and companions, such as Brother Jibril Muhammad, Sister Mother Tanetta Muhammad, through the Final Call newspaper, and the student ministers from the phenomenal research team of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan found them in their written books. The Fajr prayer first opened with the Adhan led in prayer by student minister Robert Dion Muhammad. It was followed by the reading a section of the Holy Quran with the discussion points at the close. Many joined in, including student Southern Regional Minister.
Seventh region.
Sorry, should be 7th region, right.
Yes.
Including student Regional Minister Rasul Muhammad from the 7th region, who helped to take the prayer line to the next level. After several years, more prayer lines developed and offered new opportunities. The Unity Fajr prayer line also developed with the addition of the books of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan being added to the sequence. After the mysterious death of the co-founder Robert D. Muhammad in September of 2014, Yuriva Muhammad, with the help of Allah and some very steadfast believers on the line, continued to keep the line going in his absence and throughout the fight for justice in his name. Today, she has several hosts throughout the nation who assist in the operation of the Unity Fajr prayer line. Sis Zara Muhammad and Sis Maria Muhammad from Detroit, Michigan, Sister Rachel X from New York, Sister Barbara Muhammad from Jacksonville, Florida, Sister Janelle from Washington, D.C., and more are being added to expand to the West Coast. The line offers an opportunity for everyone to participate in prayer and study. It is a platform for growth and learning as much as possible together before going about the day as individuals. During the holy month of Ramadan, the Unity Fajr prayer line is honored to be in one ummah with the Ramadan prayer line now the ummah reflects. Additionally, there is a group reading of the Holy Quran immediately following the Ramadan prayer line. The Unity Fajr prayer line is open to all. Okay, let me say it again. The Unity Fajr prayer line is open to all.
That's right.
All interested may join in every morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for continued prayer and study. Okay, so that is for Sister Yuriva Muhammad. Now, moving on to Sister Georgina Muhammad. Sister Georgina Muhammad has been registered at the Seattle Study Group since 1994. She celebrated her 27th wedding anniversary, which was on March 16, 2023, to Brother Eric Muhammad. They have 5 beautiful children in which they homeschool.
Beautiful.
She is very excited also to be a grandmother. Woohoo! She's been moderating the open mic since her youngest baby, Kareem, which is 15 years old now. Wow. Every day, she's reading and discussing the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad under Minister Farrakhan's leadership daily. She enjoys creating supreme wisdom lessons for the children. She has actual facts workbook and other supreme wisdom handwritten materials. So just another way that she supports the nation by purchasing books and DVDs, etc., from the Final Call newspaper and NOI authors. So she has a website. I don't know if anybody has a website that can maybe run it across. It's getyourknowledgeon.com. Is that what it is? Getyourknowledgeon.com. Maybe screen that across, or we'll do it at the end. Sister Khalila, we'll do it at the end, maybe.
Right here. We got it.
There you go. Just do a little promo. Oh, there
Get
it
your
is.
knowledge on. I like that.
Your
Get your
knowledge on by Sister
We're getting everything else on. Let's get on.
All right, that's beautiful. Well, listen, I won't belabor the message. So,
okay. And then also,
Is this a bio from the heart you're about to do, Sis Khalila, or are you going to actually read?
listen, this is a bio from the heart. I'm going to try not to cry.
Mama bio. Okay.
This beautiful lady was born in Jacksonville, Florida. She is going to be 80 years young.
Shut the front door.
On November the 5th. She have raised 8 children.
8.
I am the 7th of 8.
Wow.
She is not only my shero, but she's also my hero.
Beautiful.
Because if there was not a her, there would not be a me.
Come on.
She is loved across the globe, not just in the United States, but people know her from everywhere.
That's right.
It was very difficult for me to get off the coattail of my mom because it was so comfortable. You know, it was like, Sister Barbara, come on in here. You got help? Come on in. So I finally had to make my own lane. It was very difficult to do because you're standing on the shoulders of greatness.
Beautiful.
You know, so and she's constantly learning. Her cup is not even full yet. 80 years old.
Wow.
And it's not even full.
Wow.
And these beautiful sisters who have took her hand and say, "Hey, Mom, you want to learn more?" Because you know, people be like, "Oh, I'm 80 years old, baby. I done been around to coming and back again." My mom's still like, "Please teach me." I am still a MGT and a GCC, Muslim Girls in Training.
Go ahead.
And General Civilization. She will always be a girl for the God in our midst today, which is Master Faraj Muhammad. And I love her to life. And of course, she know I would do anything for her. And without further ado, my mother, Sister Barbara Muhammad.
Bring up all these beloved sister soldiers now. You better go get your peoples now.
I think
Well, they
there they go.
Praise to Allah. You know, whenever you have a praying woman, you're giving birth to a praying nation. And each of you beautiful sisters have held that pillar up high for many of us. And for that, I just want to say we salute you and we honor you.
Absolutely.
And we honor you. Now, I want to say something to the guests real quick. Now, first of all of y'all pray, whether you know you pray or not.
Right. Come
all
on.
Y'all pray. If you just even have a, oh my God moment, you praying.
Right.
Mhm.
If you have one of those sincere wishes for somebody's life-saving situation, guess what you're doing?
You
You're
praying.
praying. And some of you all know them toilet bowl prayers too. Guess what you're doing?
You're praying.
Praying. But
That's
now let's have a deep dive into this discussion. You know, it's something, you know how we usually say what Islam has done for me?
Come on.
We just ask our sisters the question.
Yes.
What has prayer done for you?
Wow.
Wow.
Mom, we're gonna start with you. What
That's
has
a
prayer
good-
done for you?
Yes, ma'am. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah. I thank Allah for life. I thank Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, for guiding me and giving us the example to pray. Prayer has really expanded my breath and love to make me love more and, you know, know that God has mercy on us and to pray for others. So our line is really like dedicating ourselves to prayer, and we have others on the line that read and we study, and we have prayer for the sick and the shut in. So prayer has extended our breath to pray for others as well as who are on the line. So that's my we pray for, and especially we pray for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and his family and all the believers. That's what it has guided me to.
Yes,
Thank you. Let me share.
Sister Uriva?
Yes, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. And I further bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is our exalted Christ. And I lastly bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine rock, reminder, mercy, and true friend. An extension of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet everyone with greeting words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, man.
Praise be to Allah. And now to try to answer that question, what has prayer done for me? A lot what Sister Mother Barbara was saying, that, you know, it does set the tone. Prayer has regulated my affairs. And it has caused me to slow down, think, calculate, move a little bit slower. And even though I don't, like you said, pray as much as I would like to, as far as making the salats and being more consistent and being on time, like Brother Lyle mentioned, you know, we make prayers all throughout the day, and I think all of us know what I'm talking about. When all throughout the day, it's like, oh my God, please help me. Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it absolutely grabs a hold of every circumstance that could happen throughout your day. And one thing that really stands out to me as far as making those prayers, especially during the month of Ramadan, like I said, it kind of slows you down so that you can kind of think and move and be careful. But I don't know if anybody else has ever done this, but right after you make your prayer, there's always some kind of trial that comes right after that.
Knocking right at the door.
Yeah, it's waiting for you.
So it's a reminder, you know, it's a reminder to keep your discipline, to keep your bearings, and to always remember Allah. That's what it is. It's a great reminder. Prayer for me is that continuous reminder that I have a lot of work to do.
Praise be to Allah. All right, Sister Georgina, you up next.
Yes, thank you for having me here on the show. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. The short answer I would say is that prayer is causing me to be a believing woman.
Woo!
I don't know where I would be without prayer. Because in the Nation of Islam, we're given so many prayers to say: the opening prayer, the closing prayer, the refuge prayer that we are encouraged to say 7 times a day, the expression of a Muslim. I mean, what is the excuse that we can't call on Allah if we're not making salat? Right? There is no excuse. We need prayer in this kind of world. Minister say, if Allah left him for a millisecond, you know, we're praying all the time. Whether we're making salat, du'as, we're always praying, always calling on Allah to get us from one place to another. So I'm thankful that I have a better understanding of prayer as we're learning, and it's not just a ritual. So that is my short answer for the question.
Beautiful. I know they're going to get them people now. Everybody needs some prayer.
Brother Lyle, on the topic of prayer, we want to keep that going because these beautiful and awesome prayer lines that have been established, Sister Georgina, Sister Uriva, if you could go into detail about how they began. I mean, we know we heard the bio, but if you could give a personal testimony about how they began, either one of you could begin answering the question.
Well, I guess I'll start. So as I said in the bio, I know it was kind of brief, but if I could add a little more personality to it,
yes,
in 2007, maybe 2008 is when I initially came up with the idea to do the prayer, and it was in a circle of sisters that we wanted to try to find out what we could do to grow the spirit of the sisters and to strengthen our growing study group at the time. And I mentioned that I really enjoyed the tsunami prayer line, the Ramadan prayer line at that time. And I was telling them, every morning you almost want to get up out of your bed. You're fighting, sleep to get out of your bed because you want to make it to hear that adhan. You want to make it to hear the what they're going to share that morning and what you can study that morning. And I told them just how inspiring that was to me. And I think it would be a great idea if we just had a little circle to do that for ourselves. And the sister at the time, she I don't think she liked the idea. I don't know if I don't know why, but she said, well, if you want to do it, then you go right ahead. You can start something like that up. But, I'm
you started praying for her right then and there, didn't you?
I did. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know how to do anything like that. So I went home. I was a little bit disappointed. And my husband, Robert Dion Muhammad, saw that. I was, kind of down. And he was like, what's going on? I was like, well, I wanted to try to do a prayer line. I just don't know how to get it started. And he was like, oh, that's easy. So he showed me how to set it up with the conference call line. So you just get a number, it's free. You invite people to it. And, that's basically all it is. So I did that. And I shared it with the sisters in our city. We started a date. The date was May 11th. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Why? May 11th. Why that?
Yeah. So I started the call, sent out the emails. My husband did the prayer, and when we checked the line, it was only one person who called in on the line. So that one person was one of the sister who is still here in our group. And at our mosque now we're mosque 61 for all of you.
That's right. That's right.
So
reclaimed.
That's right. We reclaimed this territory now. But she was the only person who called, and I was really disappointed again. And my husband was like, nope, you got to keep going. So he's like, do it again tomorrow and do it again the next day. So I did it again the next day. And lo and behold, we had like just a lot of people on the line. I don't even know the number. It was just so many people dinging in and saying where they was from. And come to find out, the one sister who called on the line shared it on social media at that time.
Look at
and that is why all those people started calling in, because they familiarized it with the
just takes one.
It only takes one. Praise be to Allah. So that's kind of how it got started. It grew from there, as you heard in the bio, that we just did the prayer and we did the reading of the Holy Quran. And then that was it. We did maybe a discussion after that, and that was it. But then, of course, as time grew, we started adding books to the line. We had other ministers who came on the line. As you all know, Brother Rasul was part of the line, and then it just grew from there. And so that's kind of how we started, and how we came to where we are now. So
It's so funny, family. When I joined the line, I was in that 07, 08 series, and I was in like a real crazy place, right? I ain't gonna tell them business, but that prayer line, it helped me. It really was like my anchor, because it was kind of one of those moments where go back out to the world or face truth. And you had people that was again on this prayer line talking about, hey, pray for me for this, but they opened their hearts. They're saying, hey, I'm going through this right now, I'm going through that right now. So they were transparent in their pain. And what it came to mind with me is, as they say in the Christian world, we were coming to the altar and allowing people to pray for us. I ain't say nothing about my little biz naive, but it was a time, may Allah be pleased with your husband. He said something that was so profound. He said, you know what? Some of y'all not even in the mosque right now. Oh, like,
Wow.
But it's going to be a time when you come to the mosque and people are going to greet you like you've never been greeted before. And soon as he said that, I was waiting for my article to be printed in the Final Call newspaper. And soon as I came back to the mosque, they was like, Sister Khalil, you made the Final Call newspaper. Allahu Akbar. And I was like, but it goes to show that how important these lines are, because you have people that's in rural areas.
that's right.
That's like 5-6 hours away from a mosque or study group that cannot even make it. And then you have these dedicated lines that say, hey, we just want to pray. We just want to lift your spirit. Just because you're there, we're still here in spirit.
Sister
So I thank Allah for that prayer, both of the prayer lines.
If I may, Sister Kalila, because I'm a bearer witness to this, not to prayer lines, but just in our interaction on social media.
Sure.
Because I remember when I first got onto Facebook, I mean, MySpace, remember MySpace?
Oh, yeah, you telling your age.
Like, there was a mass exodus to MySpace. I'm like, all right, what is this Facebook thing? It was like, I saw people going back and forth on, like, I didn't use MySpace for that. I used it very professionally. I was okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of quotes. This is before the believers of the Nation of Islam were really putting quotes of the minister,
right?
Was Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I started doing that, and some believers were just commenting on my page. Wow, your page is so inspiring. I'm just sharing quotes. I'm not sharing anything that deep. But then one day I was just very curious. I asked on a post, is there anything that has helped on my page? I just want to know, like, what has it been helpful, and in what way has it been helpful?
Right.
A couple of members of the Nation of Islam, believers in the Nation of Islam, replied, I've been finding my way back. I've been inactive for years, and I was in a real bad place in my life, and I found your page very inspiring, where the teachings are being discussed, and I really needed that in my life. So, when you create these beautiful and awesome platforms, you don't know how you're affecting life. They're just tuning in, they're just listening, they're not saying anything, but they needed that in their lives situationally at that moment. And I'm just very thankful to Allah for both of you for starting up the platforms that you have.
And before we go to Sister Georgina to answer that same question, Sister Uriva makes us have to make this point to any Muslim or any striving believer of anything that is good. Oh, ye of little faith.
Come on.
Sister Uriva, the path you gave us in how the prayer line was started is the same path that Master Father Muhammad used to come save us.
Teach.
And when he found the right one, everything else took off from there. So that one sister that was on that first prayer line, she was the right one, reached by the right one, who was inspired by the right one.
That's
Thank
right.
you for following through on your inspiration, sister.
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful.
So, Sister Georgina, how did this happen for you? How did we get started?
Okay. So the open mic got started after the Ramadan prayer line, or may have been at that time the tsunami prayer line. Two brothers stayed on after that. Two sisters were listening to their conversation, just listening in. And then they came back the next day and did it. And they continued to do it. And they came up with, they said, well, we need to have a name. What should we call ourselves, etc. And we have the open mic. That's the short answer, because I wasn't one of those two sisters that stayed on after the prayer line. I was a participant way before I became a moderator. So, but I just I want to go to this point, hopefully, and then backpack. In 2010, when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan hand chose the workshops to be presented at Savior's Day, a group of believers, one from each line, like Sister Barbara, may Allah be pleased with her, from the open mic. I'm not sure who from the Fajr prayer line, Dr. Ridgely's line, and the Ramadan prayer line. And I think it was one other line, but I can't remember, all got together and submitted a proposal. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan hand chose the prayer line workshop to be presented at Savior's Day. And as you all are saying, as Sister Uriva said, Brother Tony, Brother Lyle, it has and is a lifeline for the believers, for wherever they are in their growth and development, to find their way back to the mosque, if that is the case, or to enhance wherever their development is in the mosque. So that's a little bit about how the open mic got started. I just volunteered to be a helper. So this, Sister Uriva, as you said to Sister Uriva about following your inspiration, I wasn't even trying. I was just always being a helper, right? Just being a helper in the mosque. I've always been the one to be at the mosque, the first one there and the last one to leave. So I was just striving to be a helper on the line. And here I am today, moderating, and it has gone through transformations. And, here we are.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Sister Georgina just trying to be shy. Sister Georgina, listen. Sister Georgina is a minister. She's playing shy now, but baby, listen. She could tell up a rostrum. I'm telling you. She just being humble, but Sister Georgina got it, and I thank Allah for her, because man, she gives my mom so much life. Again, my mom was like really ill one time, and I was like, man, and I prayed. She was on the Fajr prayer line, and the Fajr prayer line, it ends at a certain time, and then my mom was like, okay, well, what else I'm gonna do? And then come on, open mic. So when she was blessed, to be a part of open mic, it was like, Kalila, get this book right here. Kalita, read this little paragraph right here. I was thinking about you when I read this paragraph. You know, but mom is now a scholar based off of these two beautiful platforms, two marvelous platforms. And I mean, you can see that she's not just buying books. She literally has names of who read, the date that they read it, the time periods, and so forth. She literally had to get a whole nother Quran because she done put 12,000 names in this Quran, you know. But they pierce words. When somebody stumble over a word, they go back. They all have dictionaries. This is not only just a prayer line, it's also an educational line.
And Sis Kalila, I just heard through the Muslim grapevine that Sister Barbara actually on the prayer line leads the prayer for the sick and the shut-in.
Yeah.
Sister Barbara, can you tell us about that awesome responsibility and why you take that on?
All praise be to Allah, Brother Lamb. It's something in my heart that, just like Khalil said, when I was sick, and I know there's a lot of sick people that can't pray for themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I pray, I try to put the whole community in my mind and my thoughts, and we call names. We pray for people, Sister Uriba. We pray for people on Friday prayer line that we know are ill and can't pray, and their families. So prayer is so significant because God answers prayers. I just bear witness being sick that He answered prayers and He bring me back. He bring me back from. I was praying one time when the minister was sick. We were praying for the minister, and I thought about what they said that the minister asked God to heal the nation. So I thought about how God answered him and brought him back, and if God can answer His prayers, He can answer our prayers. So that's how it began. But I'm so thankful to Allah for the years, like Sister Uriba said, that we have been. Allah had. This is on a line that we. Sister Jodina's son Kareem got me hooked up on the on the line that I don't have to pay a penny. So we didn't stop. We just kept on going, and for years we've been on there, and we had no problem with the line or nothing. You know? And everybody be spiritual when they come on. Now we done grow to a family. You know, it's like Brother Lamb, it's like the study guide, like a study group.
All right.
So Mama, much power on the line froze up.
Right. Might have to mic check.
Your mom did this, the freeze.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes.
She's back. She's back.
Mom,
yeah, like Sister Barbara had children.
No, you're back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we got it.
Oh.
Had children, and she do school, and it was like, you know, I'm gonna tell you like this. It was like a sale. It was like sales. We didn't know each other, and God brought us together. Just like in the beginning when the nation fell, we came back as sales. So these sales started to develop and grow, and then the other sales connected to the other sales. Then one time when like Sister Georgina said that the minister said that we was in his heart and mind when we did that workshop, and we call it the tsunami. We call it the prayer line from the tsunami. We consider ourselves as being spreading the knowledge and wisdom. Other parts of the tsunami, it was the high line, and it was different lines that came out of after the tsunami prayer line.
Praises are due to Allah. Just get Mom right over there.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little help.
I'm in the light. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we were like sales, and I always enjoyed it because that's how we started, family. We started in our living room in a circle with our telephone hooked up to whatever. I mean, it's no different. Allah has blessed us to be able to study from home. And you know, one time they said, the messenger said that one time the mosque, you will have to make the mosque our home. So why not make your house a stay house somewhere your family can enjoy it and you can be heard all over the world. So that's my thankful to Allah for sisters that stood up and kept it going. And Sister Uriba, I know we've been through some time that we think a lot that we could come on the line and have somebody to talk to.
Absolutely.
I think y'all could let me share that.
Yes. We do have a question from the audience. I did ask for it to be rephrased, but we're going to try to put it up. Sister LaShawn asked, what would they like people... let me see. What would they like people always... What would you like for people to remember your legacy by? Or in terms of legacy, how would you want people to remember you? I think that's what Sister LaShawn means here by this question. Any of our sisters could go ahead and answer that question.
My legacy, I want people to know me as the ministries. Sister, Brother Lab brought that up about the ministry. I always wanted to be in the ministry. And I tried different ones. Ministry of Agriculture, I tried all of them. But the ministry of spiritual ministry, I like it better because it connects with the prisoners and it connects with people everywhere. So my legacy, I would like my legacy to be as a spiritual mother or spiritual person that believes in Allah and believes in the minister and believes in Most High Muhammad and the minister. So my legacy is that I'm a follower of the teaching of the Most High Muhammad, the Honorable Minister of Sharia. Amen. I'm talking about amen like a prayer. Amen.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
that was a prayer.
That's right. I think I would like my legacy to be, and I hope that people experience when you come on the open mic, that there are no big I's and little U's. That we strive to have everybody be inclusive. Once you're open mic family, you're always open mic family.
Georgiana, could you repeat that again? Every once in a while, for some reason, on our show, the sound goes out, and people just need to hear something again. Would you say something about I's and U's? Can you repeat that again, please?
Yes, I said I want my legacy to be. I pray that when people come on the open mic, that they know, feel, and believe what we practice are. There are no big I's and little U's.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That you're all welcome. You're all included. We would like to reach out to you and you can reach back and join us and see what we have to offer, because I think that if there was a poster child for what these lines have to offer, it would be Sister Barbara. You all do not know how Sister Barbara used to stumble a lot over words. And just this year, before Savior's Day, Sister Barbara said, I couldn't read. And I told her, I said, well, Sister Barbara, the only way that you're going to get better at reading is to read.
That's right.
We'll deal with the stumblings because, as Brother Lyle said, we're the perfect people at. Oh, they not here? Okay. So, we'll take a stumble 2, 3, or 4 over words. We don't have a problem with that because the open mic is not a line where we're going to make it a presentation for you and have music and the band and I'm sorry. We're just not that. But if you're interested in improving yourself, and you're not afraid to be yourself, and you're not afraid to show what you don't know or to make a mistake, then join us on the open mic after the Fajr prayer line. Okay. But I just want to say that when I told Sister Barbara that she had to start reading, Sister Barbara began reading on Friday. We read the Final Call newspaper, the Final Call Friday. She started with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's article. We read the Supreme Wisdom daily. So we're using Mother Tainetta Muhammad's Supreme Wisdom reading program. We're reading 22 parts of the Supreme Wisdom daily. Sister Barbara is on day 1, where she's reading all 20 of the actual facts and
Come on.
student enrollment. I'm just saying. And this year, and then we read the Holy Quran during the month of Ramadan, right? Sister Barbara said, I want to read the Quran. I said, well, come on. We have the children read also. So I said, well, I can give you a smaller part, because what we do is we break the part down into about 3 readers. So 3 readers read the Holy Quran for the month of Ramadan. And so I gave her a small part. After she read that, she said, I'll take the whole part. So it's seeing someone's self-improvement. You have to stay in the process as believers.
That's right.
Hang on with both hands, with a piece of headpiece, a piece of bow tie. Hang on and stay in the process. And what prayer lines offer you is a prayer to go into the word, to go into the Quran. We read the Quran on Wednesdays. We read the Bible on Tuesdays, the second hour. We read our Sister
Georgina, because there's some Christian brothers and sisters out there who do not believe what they just heard.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure it wasn't a typo or a misstatement. You said something about what days do we read the Bible now?
On Tuesdays, the second hour from 10:15 to 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that, you know who really wanted to read the Bible? May Allah be pleased with her? Sister Barbara. We called her Sister Barbara, New York.
Yes.
She wanted to get through that Bible from the beginning. Okay.
Wow.
So we're reading the Bible from the beginning and filtering it through the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And if we don't know the Bible, this is a perfect time to join in on us so we all can learn together.
Go get your Christian brothers and sisters now. Matter of fact, go get the pastors to get their whole church now to join the prayer lines. Because I don't know too many pastors that are having their congregation read the whole Bible. So y'all come on over here with your Muslim brothers and sisters.
Right. The minister, he stays in the Bible and he stayed in the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I would like to share this. Brother Walter, may Allah be pleased with him. I came in through the Portland study group, and he was the student minister in Portland. And you know when the mosque meeting was at 2:00?
Right.
Oh yeah. Now you're telling your age, Sister Georgina.
Some of y'all don't know that about that. I know some of y'all don't know about that.
Look, he would have us go to the churches in the morning, way before our mosque meeting. And then we have plenty of time too to still get to our mosque meeting. So there is no disunity with us as Muslim and Christians. So thank you for letting me do it.
Praise be to Allah.
So I guess. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, please. Yes, please.
We're talking about legacy now. Sister Reva said, I want to get on
Yeah,
this legacy.
Yeah.
Well, a legacy. I really don't have too much to do with that. I just have to keep trying to do things. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our example in that. He said he just kept doing stuff. You know, so the thing of it is that you don't really know what your legacy is going to be, and nor can you really do too much to make it to what you want, because Allah, he's always involved. So when we plan things, it doesn't turn out right.
Right.
So we have to always depend on Allah to guide us and order our steps. So for me, I always say that, I just try to do the best that I can. I try to do good. I try to treat others how I want to be treated. Right. And this is the work of a Muslim, just be a good Muslim. So for me, I would, I just would like my legacy to be that I did my best. And just to keep striving and never fall off of, that arm of Allah. He's the strongest man that I know. So why not hold on to that, So I think that I'm just going to keep striving, keep keep up my prayers best that I know how, and just be the best that I know that I can be. So inshallah, we'll see what happens. Allah will reveal that legacy for us all when it's that time.
Well,
Praise
Christina Parks says that you have already left that impression on her.
Praise. See, there you go.
Yep, there we go.
Oh,
Look at that.
Praises be to Allah. When we use the term after Ramadan, these prayer lines are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let me repeat. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When I say 24 hours a day, we're talking about, people have lives, right? But we're talking about 2 lines that are consecutive, that start your morning.
You know what's the sign in that, Sister Khalil?
Talk to me, Brother
Ramadan
Tony.
don't need to end. Yeah, we're not fasting like how we are during Ramadan, but Ramadan, the practice of it,
Come on.
and self-improvement all throughout the month, and now we can practice it. Guess what? All throughout the year.
Right. So Brother Tony, you mean to tell me that Ramadan is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Yes, now.
I didn't say it, you said it.
Right. And the beautiful thing about this, you have people that, again, sound mind, sound body, sound spirit, and praying on their deen, not only for you, but for the betterment of you.
That's right.
Like I said, it saved my life. I was in a dark place, and it really took me to a level that only Allah can take me to, and I thank Allah for all of you, who you, like sister said, you have no idea of how much you impact people on a day-to-day basis. Like you say, Sister Uriva, just being a servant, just being present. Sister Georgina, just saying, I just want to help. I just, I just signed up. I don't even think I signed up. I think I was only on there, and I just, didn't even raise my hand. And they was like, okay, wait, you the only person that's here, so you got to take the torch, and we do that in these posts, right? And we stay there forever because, again, these assignments are not for the weak.
right.
These assignments is for people that can endure through trial, Sister Uriva, tribulations, Sister Georgina, through happiness, through sadness, through sickness, through death. It's a beautiful thing because you have brothers and sisters who have actually passed away on these lines, but actually dying on their deans on these prayer lines.
That's right.
Sick and shed, and people can't go to the mosque because they're in wheelchairs or they confined to their homes. They can tune into these lines. Now, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. These lines are not for people as a substitute for going to your mosque.
Right.
That's right.
Since Kalila, the sound went out. Could you repeat what you just said again now?
Absolutely. Disclaimer. These prayer lines are not substitutes for coming out and going to your mosque.
Right.
This prayer line is to help you and guide you and say, hey, after you get off this, go to your mosque.
For the week. Added fuel for the week.
Exactly. Your assignment is to go to your mosque. Your what they call it, what Brother Rasul used to always call it, Minister Rasul, your prescription is to go to your mosque. This is only an enhancement, like a vitamin D3.
Supplement. Go ahead.
A supplement.
Sister Kalila, it serves to uplift you spiritually so you can
go
out and work your mission.
There you go.
And help
Sister
resurrect
Kalila and Brother Tony,
all people.
You just tied together 2 themes that I want to direct back to our sisters, and it was the theme.
Yes, sir, beloved.
About Ramadan really not ending, and also about the supplemental support that we get in addition to our mosque meetings. And
Right.
as a confession, as a young person, a younger person who started practicing Ramadan, it was, for me, initially, it was more ritualistic. Do this because you're supposed to do this. Say this because you're supposed to say this. But as time and consistency goes on, it even gets to the point where you become saddened to see Ramadan leave.
I bear witness to that.
Beautiful sisters like this and what you all have established to pick that up. So there is no gap for Islam to leave if we find ourselves taking both our prescription and our supplements. And I want to know if any of you all can talk about how your regiment became more of a spiritual foundation than just do this or do that.
Great question, Brother Lau.
I didn't know who was supposed to start.
Go ahead, Ma.
Okay. Well, I take it as a part of, you know how we are taught in the Nation of Islam that we're supposed to go teach, go and get people to come in to see the truth. I think our part of our ministry, I say ministry sisters, is that we bring about reading, praying. We bring about the books that the nation research teams and all of that is like inviting people to come to the nation to see what we are about learning. So just like Sister Georgina said that I wasn't reading. Now I'm reading books that I never thought I'd read. And I'm understanding it. I'm reading the Quran better because I got a better understanding. So I think that this is like a research that people can't get. People can't go to the mosque to study. We don't know, but they can come on the line and read and study. Thank you.
You know, I'm gonna share this. How many people that you can pick out of your family, 80 years old, and speak with a sober mind and a sober spirit? It's not many.
And the mind of a student, huh?
And a mind of a student, humble and submissive to learn in spite of. You have with challenges. A lot of us, we look over the fact that, and my mom can't hear, so she wears hearing aids. You know, so not only she's saying, hey, I had a problem with reading and comprehension, but now I can't even hear.
Right.
And she still said, hey, I'm in this thing though. I'm in the game. Put me
Just
in,
like
coach.
Everybody else's excuse just got wiped off the table.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Brother Lau. There's none. You can't even put forth any. My mom started as Sister Georgina said, but when she was 70, right? And say, hey, this is what I want to do. Why? Because I want to show myself approved that I'm capable of doing this and being an example of others, young and old. Like the minister said, we never get old, but we do get wise. And that's one example of a wise person learning versus an old person getting old.
Woo. I know which one of them I want to be.
Absolutely. Sister Yariba?
Yes, ma'am. So the question was what about the foundation after Ramadan, or what was the?
Yeah, just primarily if you can just speak to growing from ritualistic not just prayer, but even in the service of the prayer lines that were offered, into a more matured or seasoned type of spiritual person? Yeah, speak on that reflection.
Yeah, so I would say to that, we're taught here in the Nation of Islam to hear and obey. So it starts there. You may not understand why we do the prayers the way we're doing. Well, from what I understand, back in the first rise, as they say, they used to pray just standing upright, correct?
That's right.
Now we have gone into the supplications, and we're making our prayers with supplications. And from what I understand, we used to do that only in English. Am I correct? So, as the guide guides us, you just follow. And it doesn't appear that you're just following instructions. You're not it's not in you to say, oh, this is exactly what I want to do, and I really feel this. And it's like, this is weird, this is different, but I'm going to practice. And as you continue to practice, you continue to grow more and more in love. And that ladder of love that Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about, us moving up this ladder. You're just taking a step at a time until it becomes familiar, until it becomes second nature, until it becomes love. So this is what we're doing. We're coming from a ritualistic way at first, but as you continue to see the fruit of your labor, so to speak, you see when you come out of prayer that you have a better spirit, you have a better attitude, you're helping people, you're doing more. Now I got to go back to the God, because I need more of that. So now you're starting to develop that emotional attachment to it, to where it becomes, like I said, not just a function, but it becomes your love. It becomes the reason why, that force behind you do what you do. So there's nothing wrong with the ritual, but it's just that you must eventually take it up to the next level. You don't want to get stuck there, because stagnation, of course, is death. And I want to return back to something that Sister Kalila had said a while ago, is about being present. And just recently, as I came out of the Sunday service, our student minister mentioned something that my husband used to say a lot, and that was never underestimate the power of your presence. So sometimes you just got to show up. Sometimes you just got to be there. Sometimes you just got to call in. Sometimes you just got to listen in. And for those who may just call and just listen and don't say anything, your presence is enough. Your presence is a gift. So just continue to do that, and you will grow into, that love, and that whatever you're getting from that, a lot, it's a gift from Allah, and he's giving it to you to give to someone else. So as they say, share alike. This is pass the love on. But I would say that ritual is there as a stepping stone to what we actually want to become.
All praise to Allah.
Wait, and Sister Georgina, as we come to you,
yes,
I just heard that children are invited to come on too. How many of y'all know some children that need some prayer?
That's right.
Yes. Prayer, say the prayer, lead the prayer. I mean, see what you got out of the prayer, all of that. I wanted to share that when I heard your question, the first thing I thought about was the command that was given to Prophet Muhammad, which was Iqra, read. And we on the open mic, we love to read. And I'm so grateful, right, that I stumbled into this, or Allah guided me this way. But I remember feeling like I didn't have time to read or to study, because we are in the mosque, we're busy, we're trying to raise the dead. We have a lot of different things to do. And you never feel like, okay, yeah, I got that book, right? We'll purchase a book in a minute, right? But we may not read a book in a minute. So on the open mic, we read books. We just came out of Ramadan, where we read Brother Dimitri's 2023 Ramadan journal. And I would encourage you all to get it because it is a defense of what we believe in point number 12.
That's right.
Number 1. But number 2, now we're reading his other book, When You Get Into Trouble, Nurse from Your Holy Quran. So out of Ramadan, right? So what Ramadan is every day. Practicing discipline, loving ourselves, praying and fasting every day. It's not just 30 days. Now we go back to, but we're trying to, right? I'm like, okay, I did the 30 days. Now I'm trying to revert. But no, I have to continue on fighting, working with myself through the pain. Don't get comfortable now. Keep going. So I just wanted to say that, just getting in the habit, finding a time after prayer to study, your study time, your hour a day. We're not gonna, right? We have to study, period.
Make time.
Yes.
Praise be to Allah.
I wanted to say something too before we close out. This is the final call. Both lines read the final call.
That's right.
Every week. We read the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's article, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, Mother Tanetta, Brother Jabril, the depopulation. We read the final call because this is the number one ministry.
That's
and
right.
And when we study this, it's like it's final call Friday. Well, on the Friday prayer line, we do it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And Mama,
we do it on Friday.
And Mama, tell them when you won't get the final call what you do to us.
Hey, y'all better get my final call. Where's my final call?
She called everybody for that final call. Kalita, you left the Mars without my final call? I'll be like, oh God. Okay. So praises be to Allah. First of all, I want to thank you all. We do have a segment called Tree of the Week. And our Tree of the Week.
What is this Tree of the Week, Sister Kalila?
Well,
would be growing in your garden.
The Tree of the Week is dun, 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 the benefits of praying and studying. Listen, we already know. We have an idea of what praying and studying is because guess what? We don't have no spook God, right? So we pray, we study, and we apply, right? So there's some quick things in regards to the benefits of prayer and study. First benefit is getting closer to God.
How about that benefit? That's a benefit.
Right.
That's a benefit of all benefits.
Right. This one seems obvious, right? But prayer is an excellent way to get closer to God. It reduces stress and experience calmness. It increases gratitude and thankfulness. It shifts our focus on others.
Come on.
So when you pray, you ain't selfish. It forces you to pray and think about others during that prayer.
Right.
You can hear God. Not other people telling you what to do, but what God tells you to do.
Come on, Sister Kalila.
It pushes you away from temptation. It pulls you away. It's basically say, hey, what the messages say, what we need to do, our command for our general in our midst. It fights off those things that the messenger told us to do and told us to stay away from.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It brings meaning to your life, which can lead you to great happiness.
Wait, Sister Kalila, you know what happened one more time? That
I know. I know.
What did you just say?
I'm bringing meaning to your life, which leads to greater happiness. Bringing meaning to your life, which can bring greater happiness.
Now, Sister Kalila, you know I got to tell you to pause right there because every moment, you know, I got to talk to the peoples for a minute, and you just said something there, right? Now, peoples,
Come on.
you know that you found yourself being miserable trying to figure out meaning to your life.
That's right.
You know you've been going through the struggle of that and that worth and that value.
Facts.
Prayer and study. And all y'all who are thinking about other people, don't forget about that mirror. If you just take a couple of turns in your house and look in it, that one right there.
Right. But in addition to that, Brother Lau, you feel more grateful, more gratitude when you pray and study. Sometimes you feel like you're on top of the world. I accomplished something. As Sister Georgina's mentioned about my mother, you experience more compassion. You know, some people are hard, but when you pray and you study, you become empathetic. Not empathetic, but
empathetic.
yeah, I did. I said it right. Yeah, empathetic, right?
Right.
You know, and that's what prayer does for you. It softens the heart. You experience improve social connections. We're talking about prayer lines now, right? How many people that you have connected to that you wouldn't have connected to if you were in your city?
All you Muslims looking for a mate, you look in all these other places, you might want to look in one of these prayer study lines when at least you know what somebody.
Right. That's Brother Lau, that's facts. Because look, let's do the demographics, right? Mom is in Florida. Sister Uriva is in Michigan. Sister Georgina is in Washington State. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for them. You know, people, they're gonna catch up, right? They don't catch up after the year. I'm just gonna All right. Better coping with stress.
Now y'all know we stressed out. Don't act
right.
Sister Kalila, can I add to that?
Absolutely.
Help you get
just don't add to the stress, brother.
No. Help you get through trials more effectively.
Yes, Lord. Brother
you always got a good add on, Brother Tony.
Brother Tony put
on
leaves
what
on
you
the tree
need
of
to
the week.
accomplish. Brother Lyle?
I said you put leaves on the tree of the week, brother.
I'm telling you, you don't put a little daisy up there.
I got to. Go ahead, Sister Kalila.
And last but not least, develop and grow more positive relationships.
Yes, ma'am.
Meaningful relationships.
Meaningful relationships. And that
Kalila,
is our.
You mean that every time that I encounter someone and I get into a conversation with them, it's like it's a divine experience? Every time that you look at one of our people, you're looking at God.
Come on. Well, these are examples that we have in front of us. Look at these relationships that have developed through prayer and study. Beautiful.
And
I mean,
you all in a beautiful place. You all are divine helpers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
See?
Praise be Lord. I thank Allah for each one of these sisters now. By Allah's grace and mercy. That helped me so much.
And that is our tree of the week.
How do we? I got to see our information up here now, Sis Kalita, because we got people all excited right now about wanting to be a part of both of these beautiful circles. So how do they? What number? What's going on? How do they do it?
Okay, so for Sister Georgina, open mic line. You know, I'm country. I say mic line, right? So Sister Georgina actually has a website. And the website is here. If you actually go to her website, these are the schedules for open mic. So if you go to her, can y'all see it?
There you go, right there. That's
okay.
Good.
And these are, like she was mentioning, Monday theological time and a special guest. And let me tell you something, they be pulling guests now. I be like, Mom, hey, get up the number. We need them on the 7th Region Coalition. You know, of course, Tuesday, as they say, Bible reading. Wednesday, Holy Quran. Thursday, Our Savior Has Arrived. Friday, Final Call Friday. Not Fish Fry Friday, but
Come on.
Final Call Friday. You know, you have, and these are, again, present time. So you have listening, you have a playback line. So just in case you say, man, I forgot to tune in, they have a playback line that you can actually reach out and you can say, hey, I want to see what was going on, and you can actually do this as a narrative of what was going on. Okay. But this is what they have. Again, it's no excuse because we're talking about Central Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, Mountain Time, Central Time. It's a time, you know. So this is the information that you can actually go to. And Sister Georgina, what is your website? I have it here at the top here. Let me go back here.
The website is getyourknowledgeon.com.
Repeat that. Repeat that, Sister Georgina. I love it.
Getyourknowledgeon.com.
Now, ain't nobody in the hood going to forget that. Getyourknowledgeon.com.
Yes.
And I want to highlight this. They take donations.
Come on.
Yes.
They take donations.
Come on.
And
so if you feel it in your heart of hearts and you want to donate to the cause,
that's right.
That's teaching. That's helping my mother. I'm definitely going to donate.
How about that part?
Right.
I'm definitely going to donate.
GETUR. So, and then the word knowledge without an E on the end. O-N.
I just said it was good.
Right here.
You got to get the hood right on that, Sister Leila, now.
No. That was me.
Okay.
Right here at the bottom.
I'm a school teacher. I write things grammatically correct.
Get your knowledge on. Yeah. Yeah.
Right
I can't help myself. Get your knowledge on. Like my mind operates a certain way. Okay. So we got it there, sis.
Sister Eureka, you can let us now people know how we can tune on in to the Fajr prayer line.
Okay, so it's real basic for us. You can just call in. So you can call our number. I don't know, did we get that sent in? Otherwise, I don't know my own number, right?
Right?
God, give me one moment. I will.
We're going to make sure we get it because all them people are going to be mad. Okay, I see something down here in the corner now. You see that? Oh, that's the open mic number.
Yeah, it's the open mic.
Okay, so for the Fajr prayer line, our number is 425-436-6286. Again, our number is 425-436-6286. And the PIN number for that is 645-684. 645-684. And we're on every morning at 5 a.m. sharp with that Adhan. So please be ready. Now we do the prayer. That means you have to have your prayer well. You have to have been washed up before you come to your prayer. So we're going to do those 2 salats and then and make our supplication prayer. So that is how we begin. And then we'll follow it through with our Holy Quran reading, as you should after your prayer. And some study, like Sister Georgina said, that hour study after that. So that is what we do on the Fajr prayer line. And we are working towards expanding and doing a little bit more as far as maybe having a Facebook page, but that's in the works. So we probably have to just stay tuned for that. So
actually, put that number back up there, dear family. I saw that number. Let's make sure our brothers and sisters have access to it, because last time I heard prayer saves lives.
Come on.
Right.
I don't want to Fajr prayer line 425-436-6286. PIN number 645-684.
And look, Brother Lau.
Come on.
If you don't get it, we have playback too.
Come on now. Right? Because that's what you're going to need some prayer tomorrow as well as today and the day after. So get ready.
And what a beautiful thing. It's the minister stated that you can pray by yourself. Your prayers will always get answered. But when you pray with a group, it's more powerful.
That's right.
When you pray with a group. And also, Georgina, you mentioned that, there are some interviews that are also done on the playbacks as well.
Yes. So the open mic number, we start at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that you can call into is 720-716-7300. And the code is 977359. So when you call that number, that's the live show from 9 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and 10 o'clock a.m. We read the Supreme Wisdom on Saturday and Sunday. But so
when on here, it's not on here. So, right here. Boom.
It's right there. But inshallah, what we'd like to do is after we read books, we like to interview the author, because sometimes we have questions as we're reading. So if they are available, we like to have them come on after we've read their book. So on the website, getyourknowledgeon.com, there's an open mic tab where some of our interviews are listed that we've had. Several people on, Brother Rasul, Student Minister Rasul. We've had Brother Demetric recently for his Ramadan journal, Brother Abdul Qiyam with the Twitter books. We've had Sister Ava, Brother Nuri, just a host of believers that have written books that we've tried to read, and then graciously have been able to have them on open mic for questions. So
you have it here.
Yes.
I just clicked on it. It was live. It's a live feed.
Yeah. And the last thing that I want to add, like last week, the show was canceled because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was speaking. So whenever he speaks publicly, we strive our best to have it available on the open mic, because really we don't want any barriers between the believer or anyone and able to hear him when he speaks, and the believer. We want to remove any barriers there are to study.
Couldn't think of a higher expression of love than what you all are demonstrating for our brothers and sisters. I'm inspired. I'm grateful. I'm humbled.
Yes. All right. So let's do some closing remarks. We're gonna start with you, Sister Georgina. Closing remarks.
I want to thank you all, the 7th Region Coalition, for even thinking about us and having us come on here to talk a little bit about what we do. Of course, you need to be on the open mic to get the full experience, but I hope that we've given you a little bit to have you want to join us and read and dialogue and share what you know. So I just want to thank you all again for this opportunity, and I look forward to those that would like to study and read more to join us on open mic. Thank you.
Praise be to Allah. Sister Yariva?
Yes, so I too would like to just thank you all for inviting me on the show. Please send the greetings and my thanks to Brother Student Minister, what was it? Patrick. Yeah, Brother Student Minister Patrick Muhammad for producing this show as well. I also would like to encourage anyone who is interested, as it says in the bio, who want to learn to pray and study. As a matter of fact, we have an opportunity for those who want to learn how to pray. We will be having that opportunity available this Sunday, where one of our moderators, Sister Zora Muhammad, will be coaching those who are interested in learning how to do the prayer, first in English with the small book, Muslim Daily Prayers by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and following that up with the Muslim Daily Prayers, a learner's guide by Imam Sultan Rahman Muhammad, and where we'll gradually go into how to do it in Arabic so that we can move from our English to our Arabic, as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad instructed us to do, that eventually we will know our prayers in Arabic. So I encourage you all to join us if you'd like to learn how to do the prayer. Join us if you just like to pray and study and get into the book reading as well. So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, we do the final call newspaper readings, making sure we get those core articles in there from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the minister, Mother Tainat Muhammad, Brother Jabril, as well as the COVID articles, which we absolutely need to stay abreast on what's going on with that. On the latter end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have a book of study. So kind of like what Sister Georgina does, we also have a book of study where we are reading from books of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's Executive Council and those student ministers that he encourages us to read. Currently, we're in the book Nahum, it's Nahum, a sign of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We are finishing up that book, so you can join us to get that book finished up, or just to to hear how that book ends. We probably will introduce it again at some other point, and we will be also inviting him once again. He's been on a couple of times on the Fajr Prayer Line with his other
side.
With his
Praise
other. So
I'm telling him, I'm trying
to for a book and review. We always have our book and reviews with our authors as well when they're available. And so that is what we have to offer. And again, everyone is invited, and get your come and get your prayer in, get your study in, and start your day off with a beautiful start. That's all I have, and thank you again for allowing me to be on this platform.
And I'm just letting just look, just an FYI. You know how you have heavyweight, lightweight, middleweight, and all that. Sister Uriva is a heavyweight when it comes down to prayer.
All praises due to Allah.
Heavyweight. I mean, still carry the the belt and everything. Straight heavyweight. A1 day one heavyweight. Beautiful. So I thank Allah for you, Sister Uriva. And last but never, ever, ever least, always great, my dear sister, mother, love of my life, grandmother of my children, Sister Barbara Muhammad.
I like to thank Allah for y'all allowing me to come on as a as a sister of knowledge and wisdom to bring about. I'd like to just give a shout out to all the moderators that are on the Fajr Prayer Line, as well as the open mic line, that help us every day.
That's right.
And assist us every day with reading the books, and they are looking up the words, and it's so much that we can be thankful to, that we got sisters and brothers. Brother Mark, we like to give a shout out to him, and Sister Zora and Sister Alberta, and those sisters. It's just so many of them. But I wanted to get a shout out to them for being steadfast and helping us on the line. And thank y'all for bringing it to our believers and to the attention of the world on the open mic and the Fajr Prayer Line. Thank you.
Praises be to Allah. All right, so Brother Lau.
Well, I tell you, there's a song that comes to mind, and it's an old Kool and the Gang song, and it's called "Cherish the Love."
That's right.
And I'm cherishing the love and the reflection right now, because this kind of love is contagious. We always think it's the standard form that converts or bring brothers and sisters to our way of life. But it's acts of kindness and acts of love demonstrated by what people may think is an ordinary believer doing extraordinary things. And so I'm inspired. I'm also re-inspired to commit myself to carrying on some things that I may do during Ramadan that I may have stopped. But I've been inspired to do that. I've also been inspired to make sure that I personally come on both of these platforms just for the nourishment and the love to be offered. You know, so I had to say that first, as I remind brothers and sisters that, you know, we're not a clique, we're not a crew. We do love you, but we are the 7th Region Coalition. Get your prayer on, family. Get your prayer on.
Praise be to
So
Allah.
so humble by your works, my dear sisters. Praise be to Allah.
Well, assalamu alaikum. And again,
Kalila.
oh yeah.
I want to encourage everyone to support these platforms, these prayer platforms that have been mentioned. Also,
that's right. Pray on that too.
Support, yeah.
Pray
Please
on
support
that.
our platform.
That's the active part of the prayer.
To help save lives, as we are saving lives by giving you invaluable information to apply into your life. If you have benefited from this broadcast, or any of our broadcasts here, please, out of the kindness of your heart, even if you put just $1 on it, $5 on it, you know, you can sing the song. How's it go? I got 5 on it. Don't sing the rest of the song now. You can put 5 on it, and you'll be a tremendous help to us to continue this platform right here that is geared towards saving lives. We thank you all for tuning in, and may Allah bless you all and your families.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Salam.